and minds by implementing new strategies for development into action. Committing to living well and promoting holistic health are the main focus, physically and mentally. This day emphasizes the marriage between mental and physical well-being, encouraging practices that foster balance and harmony. Now, your guess is as good as mine. Who will be the best person to invite to the studio live on set to discuss this very, very important matter? Very, very important day. Dr. James Komolafe himself. I like to call him by the other nickname, Dr. Long Life. Good morning, Dr. James, and it's good
to have you. Great, good morning, good to be here. Happy New Year and happy World Body and Mind Day.
Yes.
And I hope you are cute inside out.
Inside out. Every day I watch these episodes of behavioral checks. I always, this is very, very honestly from me, I always pick lessons. Wow. Particularly, sometimes unconsciously, I want to do something, I just remember Dr. James Komolafe says, and unconsciously, I just, act accordingly, and it has been very, very helpful. The world can't thank you enough for what you do.
Thank you very much. We give glory to God for that little contribution. And actually, like you did say, Usman, you see, every day of our life, it's a vibration day. It's a behavioral variable where you just don't do anything anyhow, anywhere. You think first before you act. And those tips are so critical and crucial, especially the one we just heard now.
Yes, sudden collapse. A lot of people I know personally have passed away in the last year. And if you ask, they tell you they just slumped.
Even a few days ago. Some even sleep, they don't get to wake up. Because these things build up over time. They accumulate. And they don't get to be seen on the surface. So that's why a day like this in the global scene is so critical. So everybody needs to give attention.
All right, so that now leads us to the question of the day proper. Why is it important for us to dedicate a day, an international day, to observe Mind, Body and Wellness Day? Why is it so important?
Critical, because you see, like we said, you have to be responsible for every thought you think, for every feeling of yours, which are basically issues from your inside. Responsibility game is no longer about just running helter and skelter what you do. It begins from the minutest of your thoughts. Your thought informs your feeling. Your feeling engages your passion. And your passion activates your energy for the right action. So if you follow that dimension from thought to feelings to passion and then to action, then your guess is as good as mine that as free moral agents, as they say, we have to be responsible. We have to be able to marry our mental health, energy of the mind, with our physical health, energy of the body, even with our emotional health, because we are emotional beings. And you see, the blend of your physical health with your mental health must of necessity pass through a bridge. And that bridge, Usman, is your emotional health. And what does that entail? Your relationship, first with yourself, and then your relationship to others, which you call responsibility. So your energy being powered from the inside to the outside passes through this route for you to converse, communicate, and engage on a critical note. So what you do matters from the inside first.
If I follow your line of thought very well, which I want to believe I do, You are saying that if I get my thought process wrong, even my behavior will be wrong.
Everything goes the wrong order, because the first principle is not even what you do, it's what you think. That's why wisdom book says, as a man thinks, so he is. Inside, outside. You will never do a thing, all things being equal, without thinking of it first. You have to think first. So your capacity to give attention to a day like this, where we're going to discuss the body and mind connect, is critical. If you don't connect with your mind first and you just do something, you'll be lost in identity crisis. 2, you'll be confused. 3, that is an express strong A route to Mr. Stress.
Wow.
When you hear people say, I'm just stressed, so you take a journey to in a particular path, and you just say, where am I even going? What am I doing? There's a disconnect within. And you can't disconnect within and connect without. So it's a cascade. It's a synchrony. Who you are on the inside matters a whole lot. That's why for balance, for stability, for energy, for strength, you need to be able to fix that route and be okay inside, so that you'll be great outside.
So what is the relationship between what you are saying with what people generally refer to as consciousness, being conscious at all times about what goes on inside of you? I think an Indian mystic known as Sadhguru, he wrote a book called Inner Engineering. What is the connection between all of this?
Your consciousness is critical. In fact, in psychology, we call it mindfulness. Your capacity to turn the searchlight inward to yourself and just behave from inside. Behave. Be plus have. Exercising your energies to discover yourself, the way you feel, the way you think, the way you reason, and then use that at the present moment to build your strength from the inside. So self-consciousness is critical. When you are not conscious of yourself, you misbehave. You do things outside of the box, and people say, what a foolish ass. Why are you behaving so stupidly? And of course, at times we say, oh, why was I stupid? I was stupid. Why? Because you did not turn the searchlight inwards. And you smile. That makes a world of difference between reacting and responding. When you react, somebody hits you, you hit back immediately.
That's reacting.
That's reacting. Because you didn't allow that action to go through thought processing principle in your inside, which is a dynamics already woven in your subconsciousness. And once you don't reflect inside, and how do I do reflection in self-consciousness? Just think. Before this man could act this way, something must have triggered him. I know he's coming from a standpoint, a place. When you put yourself in people's places, empathy. Mentally, it's called empathy. And when you empathize, not sympathy, when you empathize, you put your feelings at par with that other person and try to feel how he feels, so that you can be on the same page. Just like they say it takes two to tango. You won't tango when you don't do the whatever. So it's very vital. Self-consciousness is critical. Do mindfulness. At times, learn to just withdraw and stay with yourself. By the virtue of personal presence, thinking about your values, your attributes, your attitude, looking at surrounding, watching an ant climb a tree, and catching fun. Because in life, if you don't make up your mind to catch fun, you always catch fight. And there's fight everywhere. With the tension around, with the emotional display around, you catch fight. A little thing will trigger anger. So self-consciousness allows you to do what I call personal invasion, where you are able to do what I call APC.
Okay.
Not by way of political party. APC, you appreciate yourself. Who is Yusma? Who is Dr. Long Life? What are his qualities? Where is he good? Where is he bad? Where is he ugly? You are very factual with yourself. Objective assessment of yourself. That's your A, appreciation. Then P, you penetrate into yourself, your mind, your emotion, your will, and say, where do you need to cross your T and dot your I? Where do you need to take on some personal learning, some personal development program, PDP now, personal development program. While we are talking what? APC. So life is a dynamic thing that you can apply. So that is your A. P, you penetrate yourself. Before penetrating others to see what goes the wrong order and all of that, turn the satellite inward. Say, how do I feel? Did I answer right? Do I do this? In that you are doing mind engagement, mental interaction with yourself. That is P. Then C is contribution. Before you contribute out there, contribute to yourself. Make sure you power your daily habits. Make sure your lifestyle protocol is intact. When do I wake up? When do I sleep? How do I sleep? Where do I sleep? How do I talk? How do I reason? How do I feel? What about the exercises? Do I burn more energies than I build? How about my sleep pattern? Am I suffering from sleep deficit? And many out there can no longer sleep.
True.
They say, doctor, I don't find sleep. No, I catch fun sleeping, and I can sleep whenever I like because I build a retinue of protocols over the years. And that's why as you grow older, you should look younger, smarter, in order to live longer and happier. Very critical.
Very, very important.
And it's all about your mind and body
connection.
You lose that connection, I'm sorry. Your day is a woe. Your day is a burden. Your day is horrible. You must connect with yourself every day through self-consciousness that you raise. Not only self-consciousness, but some other variables are so critical as well.
Okay, doctor, we live in times now where you find out that a lot of people's emotional intelligence or the ability to be able to connect the mind and the body, as you would put it, is very, very low. Because you have a lot of people living very miserable lives, so to speak, even when they have all it takes to live very happy and fulfilling lives. How would you, in short period now, teach someone how to be able to explore that inner space of his or hers, those inner energies? What would you tell somebody to do that they can do in quick time?
So simple, like I have always said. I don't need to teach you the rule of behavior to say number one, do this, number two, do this. Just it's in the word behave.
Behave.
And you smart, the word behave is so loaded. Be and then what? Have. Do you know why you are not called human being? You are a human being. So please be first. Be at your own natural equilibrium. Don't try to fake it in order to make it. Just be yourself. Nobody is perfect. Even Dr. Long Life, eking out some of these things through his message, he's never perfect. But I try to be myself so that I don't struggle unduly. When you are yourself in your natural state of equilibrium, you're good, you're bad, and you're ugly, you can bring it out. Be humble. To be corrected, to be advised, to be instructed. Be yourself, and then when you are yourself, you can know your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. You walk away from weaknesses into strength while you try to walk down on your threats and convert them into opportunities. In doing this, that's your B. You are aware. You are self-conscious.
Consciousness.
Don't try to convince people, make believe, just to make an emphasis of where you are not, because it will show. Attitude, this man, is something nobody can hide. You can't hide it. It's like pregnancy. You say, well, you don't know it's pregnant first to third month. Although there are some women, even 2 weeks pregnancy. We're not talking of those exceptions. But you see, pregnancy, when it comes to 7, 8, 9 months, is quite
no hiding place.
No hiding place. So that's how our attitude is. So please, very vital, work on those things to be yourself first. And then, what do I have? Live operates and oscillates within personal brackets. Physically, mentally, like you always say, spiritually.
I like that.
And you like it so much. You are a spiritual journalist. You see, when you put all those coordinates together, you will just catch fun with yourself, with what you have within, for what you can be without. So I know myself. I know what I have. So when my personality joins up with my personal properties, my potential comes out. And when I just exude energy, you see potential at work. People catch fun hearing you, listening to you, making sense, even out of the nonsense. And with that, you communicate. So personal coordination is the gateway to public communication. And that's why today is critical. Can I say it again?
Please.
Personal coordination is what? The gateway to public communication. So be in charge of yourself. Self-care, very critical. Somebody who doesn't respect his own personal protocol would disrespect any protocol out there.
True.
And that's why we have various degrees of insubordination here and there. Here and there in offices, in homes. Children generally want to be unruly, especially in their teenage years, adolescent. They want to say, now I'm an adult. I can do anything, I'm myself. So it's very critical. Know your bracket. Know what you can do, know what you cannot do, and then make sure you do the needful all of the time. You won't have problems with any other person outside once you are in harmony with yourself. Harmony within will never deliver acrimony without.
Without. Okay, Dr. James, I right now I feel like if a lot of people in our communities, in our states, and in our country take control of this inner consciousness.
Yes.
A lot of the issues and crises that
we're having now will never surface.
It
will never surface. Very critical. Please know your limit, even when you don't limit your knowledge. Know your space. Find your place in order to take your space. When you are displaced internally, you have misplaced priorities outside. Of what use carrying a cudgel to hurt my neighbor when I'm not hurtful inside. So you see, and all these are all about our energy systems. How do we treat ourselves? In fact, I'm going on this World International
Mind Body
Wellness Day. I'm going to give the global space an acronym to maintain.
Okay.
To maintain sync. First with yourself. It is in the word vent. You know, we vent out. And venting means what? From the inside.
To express from the
to
inside,
the outside. Full expression. Vent. So what is V? Yusba? V is voice out. Because what you don't voice out, especially bad emotions, can accumulate inside you and cause you some internal explosion, which you call depression.
Yes.
sense of withdrawal, low mood, energy, tension, stress, depression, which can even lead to suicide if it is not managed on time. So learn to voice out. That's the letter V of the word vent. If you must live well. I'm not saying ventilate.
Just vent.
Vent. So the first letter is V. Learn to voice out your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your predicament. It's not a sign of weakness, Usman, you know. It's a sign of meekness. Your capacity to identify with what is going on your inside and say it out in order to procure help and assistance. As at when due. That is meekness, never weakness. That is letter V. How about letter E? Energize yourself on a daily basis through lifestyle protocol practices. This is when I wake up, this is when I sleep, this is how I hydrate, this is the way I do exercises, aerobics and all of that. This is how I think and feel. This is how I walk. This is when I retire. I don't do energy overdraft. This is how I burn my energies within the week and within the day, and I know my gauge. You energize yourself. What are those spiritual protocols? What are those mental protocols? What do you read? What do you learn? What do you meditate? Spiritual protocol. How do I do my prayers or say my prayers, as they say? Read my Bible, read my Quran, and the rest of it, because we have that gauge in our inside. Then your emotional energies, build it. Your interactions, your relationship, please fuel it, because we have emotional energies. We have interaction, we have relationship to keep and all that. Don't just stay aloof all of the time. No, there are moments when you stay aloof in order to build energy, and there are moments where you interact, interface in order to intervene by the order of critical engagement with other people. You burn emotional energies, and there are other times you burn and build physical energies. How you sleep, how you recreate, and how you observe the rule of balanced diet. When you put all of these coordinates together, we call it the behavioral check, which you hear every day on ASO TV radio. Every day. So that is your V, that is your E. What's the next letter, Yusma? N. Note your feelings. Because as it is coming down from that cascade of a thought in your mind, when you are becoming self-aware, those thoughts grows from thoughts to imaginations and feelings. You feel it in your mind, and before you know it, it activates an energy in your body called passion. And then from there, you take the action. And when you join all of these protocols together, it becomes behavior. When you practice it over and over, and it becomes an event, and you start playing it out. I don't like the way he behaves. Mind you, you see it as behavior, but it's a series of what? Activities on the inside, where the mind connects with emotion, with passion to create the action. So you can't handle your body.
You can't handle your emotions.
When you cannot handle your emotions. So I'm not being gender biased here. I'm talking to our women especially. And some men who will spend a huge quantum of time and resources on just the physical. How about the mental?
The mental.
And like journalists say, how about the spiritual?
Very important.
Yeah, if that's the basis.
Very, very critical.
Because we must flow from that space in order to nourish other areas. So that's the letter N. What about the last letter?
Yes.
T. Remember, V-E-N-T.
Vent.
Treat yourself. Give yourself good treat. Not just walk. Nigeria is hard, though. Everywhere is bad, though. And you want to live 25 hours in 24. Just walking day and night. Treat yourself. shut down the TV, shut down your phone, and just be happy. Catch fun. Spoil yourself for once. Enter one of these good, great places, cuisines and what have you, and just feel good. Buy a whole chicken, dismantle it, and just catch fun. Treat yourself physically, treat yourself mentally. Read nice books, books that will provoke you. Things on social media, not the junky side and all of those, no, but things that will stir you up in your heart and in your mind to achieve more, to tell you how you can read 5 books in 1 week without stress. Those are the things that burns your passion and your energy and all of that. So treat yourself. Treat yourself physically too. Do the aerobics. Once you can no longer see the top of your belt, you smile.
There's a problem.
You need to see me for therapy. To go for belly reduction just with ordinary water.
Oh.
So you are based out there. No need to go to London, whatever, all of this jogging and whatever. No, just with water. I'll reduce your tummy.
Okay.
For you.
I think anyone who is watching this will want this conversation to continue ad infinitum, meaning without any end. But of course, we are guided by time here, and it's as if we just started talking 1 minute ago with Dr. Longlife himself.
I hope you are just at the introductory level.
Before I let him go, I'm very sure, just like myself, a lot of you will want to connect with him for further conversation about things that are personal to you. Although every day on this platform, Dr. Longlife is featured to talk and also give tips. And then at the end of each conversation, he gives out his phone number.
Yeah.
But for once, because he's live here with us, I will give him this opportunity. And wherever is it you are, get your pen and paper. Take down his number. Anywhere you are in the world that you are watching us from, get in touch with him and have personal conversation with him regarding whatever challenge that you are having. He is a life coach, and I don't need to even praise him. These few minutes we have spent together with him here will have proven to you that this is someone you should have in your corner. So, Doctor, before we call it a day, because we'll be signaled that we should round up the program, but please kindly give out your contact.
Very critical.
Yes.
We don't only do motivation, education, we also do intervention. What do we do in intervention? We do 3 E's.
Okay.
We explore into you using our own strategies and techniques and assessment to be able to see what exactly you are going through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then from exploration, we do expression. We say, sir, see what is happening inside you. It could be in your mind. It could be in your feelings. Oh, you lack sleep and all of that. Don't just take sedative and all of that. Oh, you are depressed, you have a day, you go for drug. No. We have to do root cause analysis and all of that and help you out through our E version. And then we do establishment by restoring you to your default setting, and you bounce back fully. And then behavioral checks is key. And for everyone who cares to listen today, I have that free service for you. I gave you a book just now.
Yes, you did.
And an assessment.
Yes.
Let's show the world. This book will help you.
This is the book by Dr. James Komolafe himself. And of course, he has a list of checks here which he has
That is the behavioral check.
He has mandated me to do, which I will definitely do.
Everybody who runs
today.
This reality check will know where he's good, where he's bad, where he's ugly. You will know your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, and then be able to rearrange from the inside. You cannot do this on your own. As a trained professional from the prestigious Institute of Technology, Florida and Hawaii, in this critical area, I know what it takes to rework you back to your original from the inside to the outside without the drug. So reach me today to run the reality checks on anything: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, marital, financial. Reach me on +234 80 35 999 220. In case you are calling outside of Nigeria, but you are around our space here, Nigeria, reach me on 080-35-999-220. Remember, as you run medical checks, you also need this veritable complement called the behavior check. You need to check you up, neck up, to be sure you are good, neck down. And when you are good, neck down, you will be great, leg forward.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Dr. James Komolafe.
And in case people in Abuja wants to connect and consult, because we do mobile strategy, we do online, offline, on-site. Cyber resources, for which through the grace of God I'm chief consultant and senior psychometrician, situates on Fatima Plaza, Mambolo Street, beside First Bank, Zone 2, Abuja, Federal Capital. We have people flying in from all over the world to run therapies, interventions, and all of that. And we do online too. You can reach us there.
Thank you very much once again, Dr. James Komolafe. Of course, we can't thank you enough. We are glad that you are in our corner, and we can always be counting on you to be here at any point in time. And in case you miss those contacts and addresses, just come to ASO Radio. We will definitely give